Hey everyone, Christina Del Rey here with your yearly forecast for the year 2021. As always, thank you for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share, please. Enjoy. Hello Libra, welcome to your 2021 forecast. We start the year off with Mars moving into Taurus on January 7th, 2021. And Mars has been in a part of the sky for you that has had to do with relationships for an extra long time. So there have been many lessons that you've learned around relationships this year. So now you have to take that and you have to apply those lessons to the next house that it moves into, and that is going to be the 8th house of shared resources. So this has to do with money you get from government sources. That has to do with money you get, maybe child support. It could be your partner's money as well. So Uranus has been here for a while now, kind of shaking up those areas and bringing an element of sort of, freedom to that area. Mars is going to come in here and, you're going to have to pay more attention to it. So we have to, perhaps like you decided to, when Mars was in the 7th house, you may have learned new ways to advocate for yourself or to speak your mind in relationships. And now with Mars going into the 8th, you have to maybe assert yourself about, joint monies or, your partner's money. And, there might be something there that that you're going to want to come together and decide on. And maybe this could be like a business partnership too. Maybe you're pooling your money with somebody for a business partnership as well, which, probably not a bad idea, especially if you learn to voice your opinion and, take more action in this Mars retrograde that we had. But whatever this is, Mars is really more about truth. So it feels like there's a new truth for you. So apply this lesson that you learned to how you are going to plan. This is the area that covers retirement too. So however you plan your monies for long-term success, and if you do that with a partner, this is going to, add fuel to that. And just one day out of January 20th, kind of a day of tension where Mars and Uranus come together. Kind of seems like a fireworks kind of day. Might just want to take a few extra deep breaths that day, as that can be somewhat of a stressful conjunction there. Okay, so Uranus being in this part of the sky for you is going to also square Saturn 3 times in the year. So February 17th, June 14th, and December 24th. Okay, so this is going to be, this really does look like if you're in a relationship, you might not agree about joint finances, because Saturn is newly in your relationship house. So there is some kind of blessing coming here. So this could be, this house also has to do with children, creative projects, and romance. Okay, so there might be a relationship here for you, and you may have issues agreeing on how to best share your monies or allocate those monies. It could be, you're too afraid to, you feel like you need freedom. You're too afraid to trust the person, or maybe the other person, has trust issues and, is worried about that. There's something here. There's some kind of conflict here that you kind of have to work out. Saturn being in your 5th house, though, if you are in a relationship, this is like working hard at a relationship. If you're not in a relationship, not the best time to meet people. You're really looking for something more serious here than just, like some type of fling. So make sure when you are meeting somebody that you are communicating that is what you want, that you want something long term. Also too, I'm thinking like if you have children and something like maybe you get child support from somebody and that is sort of unstable right now, there could be conflicts around those dates I gave you, February 17th, June 14th, and December 24th. So you have to figure out in this area of like romance, children, creative projects, how you're going to be conservative, be mature, work hard, and yet, even with like unstable finances, like unstable joint finances or, the subsidies that you get. Okay. So, and this is like, the old versus the new too. So this is going to take some getting used to, whatever this change is for you. But Saturn says if you work hard enough, the rewards will be there. So if you're working really hard on something with children, a creative project, a romance, it's the rewards are there, but it's not going to be for a while yet. When Saturn is here, you tend not to have a ton of fun. I'm not going to lie. When Saturn was in my 5th house, I didn't have a ton of fun. The only good thing is Jupiter is there too. So you actually have more of a chance to have more fun than I did at that time. But look at where, Saturn is asking you to adult. Look at where Saturn is asking you to be a grown-up, to work really hard there. And those rewards will come. Okay, so next I want to talk about Mercury in retrograde in the air signs. So January 30th to February 20th, Mercury will retrograde in Aquarius. This is great for you because you are an air sign, so Mercury is going to retrograde in the air signs. So this should work out well for you, as long as you pay attention. So Aquarius is again that same part of the sky. So you're, right off in the beginning of the year, you're reviewing what you want in a relationship, and I am going to guess that you want something serious with Saturn there. You want commitment. You don't want a fun time. You don't want somebody to just be here today and gone tomorrow. I'm guessing that you want something that you can work at that is sustainable. So you're going to be reviewing those ideas come January to February. And then May 29th to June 22nd, Mercury will retrograde in an area of the sky for you that has to do with philosophy. It has to do with law. And it has to do with education. So, here, if you decide, and I see that the eclipses are there too. So if you are experiencing problems with like child support or something, it is possible that you could initiate legal action in this year. You could be thinking about doing that. Or if that's not a thing for you, then you could be rethinking your philosophies in life and rethinking your place in life. And this could even be you rethinking going back to school for something as well. So there's a lot here that you can, that you're thinking of doing. And then Mercury is going to retrograde in your own sign. So that's your first house. So when that happens, it's usually kind of a pain. Because you're going, but Mercury's like, nope, you got to rethink everything that's going on in your life. So rethink how you treat your body, what your goals are, how people see you, what your thought process is. So Mercury may give you some technological issues, especially when it's in your own sign. But it's really just to slow you down to kind of figure out what you need to redo or revisit during this time. So you're going to be looking at like reviewing ideas, independence, equality, technology, and networking. All these things are going to be like themes over the years that you're over the year that you're thinking of. So for most of the year, Jupiter will be in this 5th house area as well. But it's going to take one little dip into Pisces, May 13th to July 28th. And this is going to give you a little glimpse of what's to come in 2022. So during this time period, Jupiter will move, and it'll move into your 6th house. So your 6th house has to do with your work. So I do see blessings coming as far as health and work area. Also, this has to do with like problem solving. It has to do with pets. So there are blessings that are going to be in this area for you. This is also a spiritual part of the sky. So, you know, maybe even like, you know, you feeling like you're being healed on some level in your day-to-day work environment. Maybe things get a little bit nicer for you in your work environment. When Jupiter was in this house for me, I was really enjoying my job, you know, just really enjoying going to work every day. So that is something, you know, and it almost like when you go to work, it heals you. So hopefully you feel some of that in this span of time, and then it's going to bring more blessings in 2022, which I think will be fantastic. Okay, so we want to talk about the eclipses. So what are eclipses? Well, eclipses are shakeups, resets, points of crises, and something that pushes you into the future, because we are humans, we are creatures of habit. We like to feel safe. We like stability. We don't like change. And the only thing that's going to push us into change is if there's a crisis or a culmination of some kind, right? So for you, where is this happening? Well, this is happening in both the learning a new skill area or your siblings, cousins, neighbors. So it has to do with like extended family. And then we have it also happening in your house of legal matters, which I mentioned before. Maybe this is you initiating some kind of legal action to get the money that you're owed. It doesn't have to be, though. It's just one option. So May 26th, we have a lunar eclipse at 5 degrees Sagittarius. So this is in the 3rd house. It's a culmination or maybe like a crisis point that pushes you out of your comfort zone. And, you know, it is your 3rd house. So, you know, this could have to do with family, extended family. Maybe this is a culmination on some skills that you have been learning. I'm not sure. T squared to Jupiter. Okay, so So yeah, so maybe this is like, you know, a push in the direction of you know, what you want to do with work, or what skills you want to learn for work. June 10th, we have a solar eclipse in Gemini. So this is where there's a new beginning in this house for you of legal matters. This is philosophy and education. So I could see, you know, not everybody obviously, but you have a new beginning here. So either you're studying a new philosophy, you may be going back to school, or maybe you're initiating some kind of, you know, legal matter here. But you're reviewing this area of the chart. And this could be you too, like getting in touch with your more spiritual side too. Because philosophy has to do with, you know, spirituality and your place in the world too. So, you know, it's almost like you're starting a new beginning on that. Okay, and like how you fit into the world. So on November 19th, we have a lunar eclipse. So this is a culmination or an ending. It's going to be empowering, and it's a lunar eclipse in Taurus. So Taurus for you is, again, that part of the sky that has to do with joint monies. So there's something really important here that's happening, like an ending or a wrap up, but it has to do with your resources. Okay, so things are, you know, there's a lot of action going on in that area of the joint resources or the grants, or, you know, the money that's coming to you from another source. There's a lot of shakeups going on there. And then December 4th, we have December 4th, we have a solar eclipse in Sagittarius. So again, we're back to this family, extended family, cousins, siblings, neighbors, and skills. Also thoughts too rule this area, how you're thinking. And there's a new beginning there for you. So I think that that's a really positive thing. Whatever you are deciding to do with your new philosophies that you're thinking of, that you're committing to. And lastly, we have your ruler, Venus, in Capricorn, going retrograde at the very end of the year and around December 19th, and it goes into 2022 as well. So for you, this is going to be the home area, your relationships in the home. You're rethinking and maybe thinking of moving. Maybe you're thinking of moving somebody in. And how that's going to reflect on your values and, how money maybe is going to, how you're going to share monies in the home. So this is an important year for you, Libra, but it'll be a great one.